Active transport is a type of transport across the plasma membrane that requires protein pumps or protein transporters in order to move hydrophilic molecules against concentration gradients. These pumps and transporters are powered by ATP energy from the cell. One important example of an active transport mechanism is the sodium-potassium pump. This is a common active transport mechanism in many cell types, particularly for neurons and skeletal muscle cells, because these cells operate using very specific concentrations of both sodium and potassium on different sides of their membranes. The pump itself is a protein that moves 3 sodium out of the cell, 2 potassium into the cell at the cost of a single ATP molecule. Eventually we see that there is a high concentration of sodium that accumulates on the outside of the cell and a high concentration of potassium that accumulates on the inside of the cell due to the action of the pump. Another example are the sodium-glucose transporters, and these are proteins that move sodium and glucose into cells. Sodium moves down its concentration gradient, while glucose moves against its concentration gradient. This transporter is commonly found in cells that line the small intestine in order to absorb dietary glucose from the foods that we have consumed. Other active transport types include exocytosis, and this mechanism exports large molecular materials such as neurotransmitters, digestive enzymes, or hormones across the plasma membrane to the exterior of the cell. The mechanism involves packaging the protein in a phospholipid vesicle. Then the vesicle fuses with the membrane in order to dump its contents into the extracellular fluid. So this diagram shows the basic process of exocytosis, where a phospholipid vesicle containing some material will fuse with the cell membrane, and in doing so releases its contents into the extracellular fluid outside of the cell.